Um, yes, I want to talk to you some more about what's happened to me. The way they captured me, these Masons, is they used the Bible. They lured me in with favoring Jesus, and that's why I tell everyone that if they do their little fake alien thing, it's going to be with Jesus. Um, and Jesus is androgynous, and so anyways, what happened was, I never really was a churchgoer. I never really, but I knew I believed in a God, but never really cared to go to church. But anyways, the way they did it is they did it through music, the radio, and frequency, um, to attack me like they do now, to really attack me. Um, Yes, it was through the radio and through music because with the way that Black Ops operates is through frequency. And I thought, maybe, maybe there is a Jesus and stuff, but no, people, there's no Jesus. It's going to be totally fabricated, their whole alien invasion thing or whatever they want to call it. Um, but the psychotronic stuff is real. There is nothing here that's going to save you except you. That's why I tell all the TIs, make sure you know the real definition of love. Um, they're really attacking me now, especially my thyroid. And, I get a lot of burn marks on my body. And they just zap the hell out of me every day, every second. Um, I remember standing in my bedroom one day. This is like in the really beginning of the gang stalking, really early. I remember seeing this red, like a crown of thorns, and it went over my head. And this is all esoteric, of course. But I remember seeing this, and that is called a bioappy, and I found out what that is through a website called dataasylum.com, and that was designed by the Greys. Okay, because shortly thereafter, I met a Grey alien, via through my third eye, and he was a captain, I guess. But see, here's the thing. I think what they're doing is, you know, they're really messing with us. I can't tell if it's really an alien or if it's the government. And I really think it's leaning more towards mankind. It's got to be more of United States Air Force, operation. Um you know, um I don't know. I think through all the food poisoning and the water and everything that you know, we don't we don't know what they're doing. Anyways, they lured me through by means of Jesus through their little black Bible. And then of course this is again early stages of my gang stalking. And then I went to a website and I found out I was listening to the Bible and I was listening to this man, how Jesus is good and everything. And so I went through this whole Bible thing. It turns out that the whole thing is it's Kabbalistic, their Bible, their Black Bible. Um, because he says the Bible is double, which is true. Um, Lucifer runs this planet. Um, he plays, of course, double. Lucifer is Jesus. Jesus is Lucifer. It's the Janus. But EMR is being used heavily on the planet right now through Project Bluebeam and everything. So what they do is once they have got you believing in Jesus or somebody that, you think that loves you, they do more damage by invading your pineal gland and your chakra system. And then they really hurt, they hurt you by taking, like, I think your kundalini. Um, and then after that, you can, I've had a couple of things where, I've seen people, really attack me. And I don't know if that's the cloning centers or not, but, I know that my pineal gland has been attacked heavily. And, a lot of the times when I do wake up, I just kind of, I just walk away from it all. I just like, you know what, it's not me. Um, and then, when I do wake up, I find horrible marks all over my body. So, I know that that's probably more than likely, that's just frequency. They're just hitting me hard. And, another thing I want to talk about is, I was driving down the street one day, and of course, you have your gang stalkers, and they always advertise stuff. Well, this one guy had Vulcan. Well, this is what thing that they do. Now, this book that I bought, I bought it, I think, in 2011, 2012. And, it's, The Greatest Story Never Told. And because, I just had this, a feeling, something told me just to buy the book, so I bought it. But here's the thing, I was driving down the street the other day, and this guy had a license plate that said Vulcan. And this is how they cheat people. This is how they do it. They have these satellites, and they follow you everywhere. Ever since you were born, okay? They follow they just follow you. And they have the technology where they can actually see inside your house and do the things, see what you like I mentioned earlier, like what kind of food you eat, what kind of clothes you like to wear, and then they send that information out to their gang stalkers, and then the gang stalkers do psychological warfare on you, like, like the girl will have the same clothes as you, and ha ha ha, we know what you like to wear, and we know what you're going to buy at the grocery store, because they can read your thoughts through this AI shit. So this guy's got this Vulcan thing, and I realized I've read about Vulcan in one of several pages of Lana Cantrell's book. So, I read it a little bit. I haven't researched it all, but it said something like how the Egyptians love their green. Well, green skin, that's the lizards. So that's your reptilians. Now, I know we have reptilian people because I just can see them. I may, in fact, have reptilian DNA in me as well. Wouldn't be surprised by it. But here's the thing I also figured out is they cheat. They totally cheat. They, they attack you. They come after you because they know that you're a good person, and then somehow this affects the timeline. I don't know, something like that, but it's just amazing how I listen to things, and it's just like on the internet, and I'm just like, it just seems like it was just a video that was just made because I was thinking about it. So it's like they make videos. Black Ops makes videos on YouTube or something purposely to mess with your head, to think that, you might be listening to something that was created a long time ago. So that's another thing. They just use technology to really screw with your head on, information. What do you call it? Fake news. Fake information. So that's how they cheat. They know everything about you. That's why that people have break-ins in their houses. Disturb your stuff. This is, of course, in the early stages of gang stalking. It's just sick stuff. That's why I tell all the TIs you have to, really know what love is. And it's just really scary stuff. They have their hands on this technology that could really probably help a lot of people. But, them being evil, that's what they are. They're just evil pieces of shit. Now, my handler is a Mason / with DARPA. They judge you by your emotions if you don't think right. And that's how they control the gang stalkers. They control the gang stalkers through emotion, but they have no problem obeying because they love Lucifer. Or as my gang stalker had a sticker called I Love Lucy. So yeah. That's how it is, guys. And through the Kabbalistic little Bible teaching, I learned that Inky's frequency is 40. And that's New York, New York, which is latitudinal on the globe. So yeah, they cheat. The elite cheat. Because they know they know who the good souls are that are coming on the planet. And they do everything they can to upset you. And I don't know, I think that in 2012, I think I've mentioned this a while ago, I just remember like my body tingling and all that stuff, but I think that's from the directed energy weapons and the chemtrails in my body. They were, I was being zapped, and so my body went quote unquote online to their system, but they've been following me for a very long time. And that thing is like a bump in the road, and Alex Carler mentioned it, and this other guy mentions it, and so I think that's where they use CERN or something, where they've taken people and put you online to their system, their DARPA system. The bump, the great bump on the road, where, oh, hey, we have you online now. We can read your thoughts totally, and we know everything about you. They have you hooked up, they have your heart monitored, they know everything about you, your sleep. And then this is the scary thing, is that the Anunnaki have hijacked your pineal gland. And that's why I tell everybody we have to fight back and reclaim ourselves as human beings, because this is the black magic shit that they're pulling on us. Okay? And, they say, oh yeah, now you're part of the gang, now you're part of, sisterhood and brotherhood. That's the shit that you want to watch out for, is the sisterhood and the brotherhood. I remember seeing this crap earlier on, and I totally rejected it through, dream manipulation. We want to offer you sisterhood. And I'm like, no, I don't want your shit. But they just attack you anyways. So that's why I tell the TIs, you gotta be strong. Because these people are just scum. They're scum. Scum doesn't even describe, what they are. They're just evil bastards. They don't deserve any ounce of love. That's why I say you gotta be really careful with, love. I don't know. Gotta be strong out there, because, they're pulling a lot of horse shit on people. And that's the sad thing, is that, a lot of people are just like, me. They don't deserve this shit, but we're going through it. That's why I do these small little videos to reveal, the jerks that they are. But I know that they cheat, because they cheat by following you everywhere you go. They put people in your life that report in, throughout your whole life, your school friends, everything. All that stuff, people you work with, they're just like, to me, it just seems like they're just little vultures. So I want to kind of keep it short and sweet, but yeah, they cheat by knowing exactly what's in your house, what books you read. So the Vulcan thing was tied to Mrs. Cantrell's pages, and within her pages I found it, and it says how the Egyptians love their green. So, that's your little test. If that's your little test, Black Ops, then whatever. I know you cheat because you break into my house and you read shit. Or this is what you do: you order the book, and then you go through the book, and you say, let's test her. So you send your gang stalkers out on the street, and they have like little notices and stuff, and that triggers me, to go do research on something. So yeah, your little Vulcan thing is that, Egyptians love their green. So did I pass your little test? So yeah, that's how they do it. It's all psychological warfare out there. Chemtrails and everything, the bad food. And then, they blame you for, having bad health. Well, the food wouldn't really be an issue if you didn't use directed energy weapons on them. But hey, the food is bad. But I do know that in order to keep going, people have to have a balanced meal, and that's what Mrs. Cantrell's book is talking about. Is because she sees throughout history that this EMR has been used on humanity over and over and over again. Hence your life cycles, and now we're in the age of Kali Yuga, where androgyny is filtering in, men having children. That'd be a sight to see a baby come through his penis. See a man get swollen, back aches, feet swell up. Yeah, let's see how a man handles giving birth. Goes through the whole stages, the headaches, But we have a very sick society. And a lot of this is coming from alien concepts, artificial wombs, synthetic wombs. Yeah, it's all coming from that. So, I'm trying to reach out and help people, but sometimes I feel like, people don't want help, so. But I do try to keep it going. Because I know the horse shit that goes on because they've used MK Ultra on me big time. They've taken a really innocent child, a really good kid, and they applied their fucking CIA bullshit on me. That's why I reveal my friendly little senators and their names, because I recognize who they were during my lab experience. And that's Al Gore, and then my Senator Lindsey Graham is the one that did the implantation of my eye. And then Joe Biden, voice to skull. But then again, they have facial and voice recognition that can mimic anybody. So that's another factor in the equation that you have to keep realize. Voice recognition is where for instance, you might be on the phone with someone that you think is the right person. And turns out it's not them, it's a Mason that you're talking to. It's just that they have a system where they can, mimic everybody's voice. And that's really scary business, because you could go out on a business meeting and that person doesn't show up. It can screw up everything. That's how evil and deadly this technology is. Facial and voice recognition. Especially the voice. Very, very deadly and very serious. I learned that by talking to a TI who I thought was real. And then it was just kind of interesting as the conversation progressed. I was just like, it doesn't sound like, these thoughts just don't sound like her. So, yeah, I put two and two together and realized, I was fucked on that phone call. So that's how they also, and then they infiltrate your phone calls. Like if you want to talk to a doctor who might have information and be able to help a TI, Oh yeah, they set that up too, where the phone call goes through DARPA. Someone on DARPA answers it and pretends to be at the office. And then they say, oh yeah, we'll try to forward it to the doctor, and the doctor never ever gets the message. Why? Because DARPA infiltrated the phone call. That's how deadly this whole entire technology is about. Very, very deadly. It puts people's lives at risk, that really need serious help, but they don't want people to get healthy and help. You know, you know. Anyways, I just wanted to get a few things off my chest. Um, I'll do another video later.